Hello people, welcome to the channel. In this one, we're talking predictions for the final time in 2023. UFC 296, the final pay-per-view, final night of fights of the year. And I want to start off this video by saying thank you to y'all who've hit subscribe, who've been watching and liking my videos. You know, I'm only at the 30 subscriber mark, getting some views, and you know, it's just fantastic. I love being able to share my love of MMA with all of y'all, and I can't wait to keep doing it in the new year. But for this video, let's talk about who will be crowned victorious. Now, this is a pretty stacked card, but I've seen a lot of prediction videos on YouTube, and I've watched a few that are like 45 minutes long. So I'm just going to go from Bryce Mitchell, Josh Emmett up. I'm not going to do any of the rest of the prelims or early prelims for the sake of a long video. Now, with all that being said, for the final time in 2023, let's get into the fights. Bryce Mitchell versus Josh Emmett. Bryce Mitchell stepping in on short notice, replacing the injured Giga Chikadze. And to be honest, I like this fight. I think it's going to be a test of the takedown and wrestling defense on Emmett's behalf because, you know, Bryce Mitchell is just a wet blanket wrestler. He's going to try to wear on you round after round and just fucking dog on you. But we know Josh Emmett, kind of plotty, just big, meaty hooks, overhands, good leg kicks, decent wrestling, pretty well-rounded. His last two fights, we've seen him get absolutely mopped by Ilia Topuria, finished by Yair Rodriguez. And for this fight, I don't particularly seeing it go much better for Mr. Emmett. I'm going to predict a Bryce Mitchell either decision or submission, but I'm leaning towards a decision. I'll say 29-28 or 30-27 for Bryce Mitchell. Moving up on the card, the first fight on the main card, we got Vicente Luque versus Layla Machado, Gary's husband. Now, in this fight, I don't really see Luque wanting to wrestle or trying to wrestle, even though I think he should. And I think this fight primarily takes place on the feet, where I think Ian Machado Gary is just going to piece up Vicente Luque. And I want Vicente Luque to win. I know that after this win, Layla's just going to be wagging her little tail in the fucking stands, but you know, and how he's been carrying himself, I don't fuck with Ian Gary very much, but I think he's going to win. But Vicente Luque, I mean, he got a nasty, like, Anaconda Darce game. I could see him latching something up on that long neck of Ian Gary, but I'm going to go with Ian Gary. We'll do a second round TKO. Sounds about right to me. Moving up on the card, Tony Ferguson versus the Scouse sensation, Paddy the Batty Pimblett. Listen, I don't like it any more than y'all do, but Paddy's going to win this fight. I don't really want to think too much into it. I mean, we know Tony can still be dangerous, but I mean, it's 6 in a row, guys. And Bobby Green, the last one, I mean, Bobby is all right, but I mean, 6 in a row. Paddy is somewhat athletic, kind of big for, not really, but kind of big for the lightweight division. I mean, he's not that technical, but very solid on the ground, very good jiu-jitsu. And I can see him getting, I think he's going to, similar to Bobby Green, I think he's going to choke Tony Ferguson to sleep. I'm going to say we'll go third round, rear naked choke win for Paddy the Batty. But I do not want it to happen any more than you guys do. Moving on, we got Shovkov Rachmanov versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Everyone knows Stephen Thompson is being held at gunpoint to fight Shovkov on Saturday, and he is a sacrificial lamb. He's going to lose, even though I love Wonderboy. Everyone loves Wonderboy. I want Wonderboy to win. He's better in the striking, in the kickboxing. That's about it. I think Shovkov eats him alive in the clinch. I think he eats him alive on the ground. I even think he has just better power. Like, he might even not outpoint him in the striking, but he might outmuscle him in the striking. And I just don't really see a path to victory for Stephen Thompson unless Shovkov decides not to wrestle for whatever reason. If Shovkov wants to stand and bang, I could see like a decision win for Stephen Thompson, just point fighting his way to a decision. But my official prediction is going to be a first round TKO for Shavkat Rakhmonov. I think he gets past Stephen Thompson fairly easily, even though I do not want him to. This is a card seemingly of my more liked fighters being beaten by dudes I don't really care about. Because Shavkat's an absolute savage. He's a G. But, like, he's good for the sport. But I like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson a lot more as a fighter and as a dude. Moving up on the card, the co-main event of the evening. Alexandre Pantoja versus Brandon Royval. These guys fought 2 years ago. Pantoja getting it done. First round rear naked choke. And that was only 2 years ago, guys. I know people can get a lot better in 2 years. I mean, Pantoja's a champion now. But I just think it's going to go fairly similar. I like Alexandre Pantoja in this. I don't know if he gets it done quite as quickly. I think it'll be a little more competitive. I can see them maybe feeling it out in the first round. I think Brandon Royval can land a couple of shots, but I think in the second or third round, after just some extra grit, I think that Alexandre Pantoja will get Royval to the ground, get his back, sink in possibly another rear naked choke, and we will see a submission win for Alexandre Pantoja, retaining his flyweight title. Moving up to the main event, what everyone's been waiting for, Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. Now, everyone's saying, and I do slightly agree, nightmare matchup for Leon Edwards. Now, Colby Covington, we know, relentless pressure, relentless wrestling, chain wrestling. It's fairly sloppy in the stand-up. And, I mean, you know this guy. He will just keep pressuring you, and he breaks you with the stamina. And we know Leon, amazing technical striker, fantastic on the ground as well. I mean, took down Kamaru Usman and took his back. So underrated on the ground for sure. Amazing, amazing striker, very good counter striker, amazing kicks. Doesn't have the most power in the hands, but he has pretty technical boxing. And I think this will be a very close fight. I don't really see a finish in this fight. I think this fight will go all 5 rounds. I think it'll go to the judges' scorecards. And I've been flip-flopping all day. That pause you just heard was genuinely me redeciding my decision, but I think I'm going to go with Leon Edwards. I just see Leon having the tools to defend the takedowns from Colby, to beat him up at range, to destroy the legs a little bit, land some good kicks to the body, to the head, beat him up in the clinch. And I think on UFC website, they're only about an inch in the difference in height, but I think that's inaccurate. I think they're more like 2 or 3. And I think that Leon's going to have a size advantage. He's probably going to have a strength advantage. And I just see Leon Edwards getting it done by a 49-46 or 48-47 decision. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of this card. Let me know your predictions in the comments. Drop a like if you agreed with any of my predictions. And once again, like I said in the beginning of the video, just thank you guys so much for supporting. I've only been doing this a couple of months, and it's super fun. So I can't wait for a new year of fantastic MMA. First pay-per-view of next year is coming up to my home country in Canada, so I'm very excited for that card. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Now go slip.